Caylee Anthony hasn't been seen since mid-June. Detectives recently collected bags of evidence, more evidence, from the home of her parents, where she lived with her mom, Casey. Still, they have more questions than answers.
She thought were important for us to have, so we came and picked those things up and had a nice conversation with her.
WFLA reporter Rosie Franco has been covering this case since the beginning. She's outside the Anthony home in Orlando with the latest developments. Good morning to you, Rosie. Okay, so I know that the news this morning is the situation that Lee Anthony, the brother of the mother in this case, Casey, did go to the jail to visit her this morning.
Right, and that's interesting because he had canceled his visits before. They were reportedly giving each other clues back and forth because they knew the phone calls were being recorded once they learned that. So now he actually did show up. It will be interesting what comes out of this one.
All right, hold on just for a second, Rosie, because actually Lee Anthony is live outside of the prison right now, and he is taking questions from reporters. Let's listen in.
Frankly, as long as I have the opportunity. Nobody wants us to go past today. Nobody wants us to go past next week, a month, a year. My God, I couldn't even imagine. I mean, we'll hit that bridge when it comes. Frankly, I couldn't even imagine. It's been, what, 24, 25 days now? So it would be hard for me to say this is the breaking point, this is the milestone. I don't have that. And not only from a brother's standpoint or from an uncle's standpoint, I have that obligation to my family, to everybody, and to myself to make sure I follow through.
Lee, to reiterate real quick, with the new timeline and the factual disputes that the investigators have put out last night regarding statements Casey made, claims she made regarding phone calls and contacts with friends or the actual kidnapper and her daughter Caylee, do you feel that the investigation is on a one-track path here towards leading to more serious charges against your daughter, or do you believe they're still seriously looking for the potential that Caylee is alive, is kidnapped, and somewhere out there?
I have 100% confidence that they are following every single lead that comes in, regardless if that's a lead that points them in one direction towards my sister, one direction towards a kidnapper, one direction towards who knows what. I'm confident that they're using their resources effectively for every one of those things. To try to say that maybe they have a preference or maybe they're zeroing in on one thing or another, you know, I don't think that would be advantageous of me, because I know we have discussions daily and that's never been conveyed to me. And I doubt that they would convey a lot of certain things if it was pertinent to their case, just like maybe I wouldn't convey everything to them that's pertinent to mine. So we need to make sure that we, you know, maintain that everybody's saying that they're doing the right thing. We have to believe that. I want to believe that. I will believe that. And, you know, the results will prove one thing or another, I'm sure. So.
And real quickly, what do you hope to accomplish with today's meeting with Casey?
Number one, just talk to her. It's been a week. You know, Kaylee's birthday is tomorrow, so I want to, you know, make sure I'm able to speak with her prior to next week's visitation, just because of how that lays out on a calendar. You know, we're not going to be able to see her tomorrow, so, you know, Casey, so we want to make sure that I can get if she has a message to get to my folks, that I can get it to her. So that's really the main reason I need to make sure I talk to her today. So, guys, I do need to check in. I'm sorry. I may have a few minutes when I come out. So, thanks, guys.
Hey, Lee, what's your age and what do you do for a living?
25 years old. Well, I'm currently on a leave of absence, but I'm just...
All right, we've been listening here to our own Phil Keating as he was interviewing Lee Anthony, the brother of Casey Anthony, who still remains in jail. He's about to go in and visit her now. The little girl, 2-year-old Caylee Anthony, missing since June. Her 3rd birthday is tomorrow. By all accounts, let's bring back in Rosie Franco, our WFLA reporter there for our Fox affiliate in the Florida area there. By all accounts, the family was hoping that Caylee was going to be home by her 3rd birthday. That's probably not going to happen, right, Rosie?
It doesn't look that way now, and it's interesting what he said. He seems to be standing behind her a little bit more. I know her attorney Baez has been frequenting the jail a lot more. There may have been some information given to the family through him.
Yeah, but he also said that he wasn't going to share with police some information that he might have, just like they wouldn't share it with him. I thought that was an interesting comment.
Right. Well, they've kind of had initially some kind of contempt for the Orange County investigators initially, and now he's conducting his own investigation. So I suppose that's what he means by that.
Let me ask you about this babysitter, Zenaida Gonzalez, because Casey Anthony, the mom in this case, has said all along that she dropped off her child Caylee with this babysitter, and then the babysitter kidnapped the child. Now it's come to light that this Zenaida Gonzalez maybe does exist, and in fact did go to this apartment complex where Casey said she dropped off her child. What can you tell us about that?
Well, initially, that story was discredited by Orange County investigators. At this point, they did find Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez, the one that did apply for an apartment, the one that she said she left her with. But again, they're discrediting a lot of what she's saying altogether.
So the police, as far as you know, are not looking into that angle at all.
Well, they're not looking into it. If there is a Zenaida that surfaces, they're definitely going to question her.
All right, what about the community outreach right now? Is there any kind of a search still going on for this little girl?
Right. Well, they do have dive teams over the water. There's a lot of water surrounding the house in the area, and they do have dive teams here. Now, they're playing down that, like they said that it is just a routine, and they're not searching for any kind of body. But investigators said they are searching. They haven't been forthcoming with the media. They remain tight-lipped on how they're conducting that search.
All right. Well, this case continues to change moment by moment. We will continue to cover it here on Fox. Rosie Franco, thanks for your insights today.
Thank you.
Man, it's weird.
Yeah, it's definitely different, and so many different things coming out on an hour-to-hour basis. Are the cast